See, when Dylan Roof went into that church in North Carolina, he had two specific missions. Mission A was to unalive as many black people as possible, and mission B was to start a civil war. The young man in Buffalo, when he went to that grocery store that was completely outside of his neighborhood, in a predominantly black neighborhood, he had a very specific mission: to unalive as many black people as possible and to start a civil war. And even though Charlie Kirk was unalived by a young white man who was radicalized by right-wing propaganda, who was a Trump supporter, who voted Republican, they saw fit to call up and threaten HBCUs. HBCUs is who they saw fit to threaten. And I firmly believe that the only reason there has not been a civil war is because the black community is too disorganized, too distracted, and lacks the leadership to respond to the call of action that has been placed at our doorstep multiple times. It's sad to say, but leadership in the black community now looks like Dr. Umar. That's what we have for black leadership. I am so grateful that I grew up in the 90s and I had the opportunity to witness the Million Man March. If you don't know what the Million Man March is and you are black, you should definitely go do your research and do your due diligence. We need stronger leadership in not just black communities, but also LGBTQIAP plus communities. We need leadership that can galvanize us, that can bring us all on one accord and stop fighting about the minutiae so that we can understand that it is our job to protect one another against the craziness. We don't have the luxury to fight about bathrooms, pronouns, and all of the other minutiae that tends to divide us. Because the reality is they don't like any of us. And the sooner we can figure that out and become on one accord and stand up for each other, the better off we'll be. Comment below. I want to know your thoughts.